967.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Relatively Speaking, episode 9. Things look a little different today. We have our first guest, my buddy Evan Riley. He brought some deliciousness for us today, American beer. We'll get into that a little bit, but yeah, first guest. Thanks for coming on, man.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude. It's
awesome.
We've been talking about this since we started that I wanted to have you on, and we wanted to get our sea legs first before we brought a third person into this. Because it was
a little rough to start.
Rough. The first few were a little rough, but
getting comfortable, behind the camera, and
totally.
We were initially just saying, introduce ourselves, get our listeners to kind of know who we are, but ultimately we wanted to get some guests on, bring people on, especially people that are doing stuff in the city. That's kind of something that we wanted to highlight, bringing people on that. And American is a local beer here in Reading, and you're a big part of that. So we wanted to have you on. And then obviously you're buddies with Jay, so we just thought bring somebody on that we could have some fun with.
One of the few.
Yeah, buddies is a loose term. Yeah. No, he's the best.
Buddies.
Yeah. But in one of our previous episodes, we did some smelling salts.
Okay.
It was a nice
Break 'em
hit.
out.
Yeah. We got a lot of people that were thought it was pretty funny.
Woke you up pretty good.
So
what I'm realizing now that I didn't realize when I put on what I'm wearing is this is what I was wearing when we did this the last time.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, first of all, you can't just wear the same thing on here
I don't have
again.
that many clothes.
I mean, you can little variations.
This
He's
is
got
a variation.
9
I'm wearing
outfits.
a
He's got
different
8
hat.
outfits, and
You're
we're
wearing
back
a different
to
hat.
number 1.
All right. Who wants to do it first? Can I do it first?
No, the guest has to do
I'll
it
do it
first.
first, I guess.
He's got to open it up because he's got to see how it works. This is how
I can already
you
smell
get
it.
christened into Relatively Speaking.
I can already smell it.
It's pretty. Have you ever done this?
I haven't done it.
right,
I'm
so-
a big hockey fan,
Okay.
and so a lot of hockey players will do it on
yeah.
the bench to get
Yep.
get going.
Nice.
So I've seen it on the gram a little bit.
Yeah, so it's in a closed bottle.
Crazy,
inside
like
of that
super
bag.
powerful hot sauce.
It's
It's called is the brand. I'm a little scared. It does say I'm going to have a radical reaction. Should I touch it or not touch it?
No,
or?
definitely don't touch it.
you
Definitely
just
don't touch
open
it.
up the bottle, and then it says to keep it a little far away from your nose, but take a deep breath in. No, take it out of
Take it out. You can take it out of the
okay.
bag.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll take the bag, and then unscrew the cap.
World's strong. Well, you guys just went right off the bat. You went world's strongest, right?
Let's hear.
So then,
When I opened it, the first time it
poofed.
popped.
Yeah,
I was like, "What the
it's kinda
heck?"
like-
It was so
and then
shocking.
just
It's legit, right?
oh yeah.
pass that baddie over here.
It's not a
No,
joke.
it kind of reminds me of you're a little kid and you get chlorine in your nose or your eyes or something. Wow.
Jay likes it a little too much.
Jay's he's a little addicted to it. Are you gonna
We gotta
have
give it
a
a
rip?
hit.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's not, yeah.
We were saying it kind of feels like you get splashed in the face by a wave, water goes up in the beach. Water goes up.
Definitely has that
Dude, it burns your nose hairs.
It's like I'm seeing colors now.
I kind of have a cold though, so I feel like maybe it was a little dampered for me today.
It's
Kind of got in there.
Check it out.
Yeah.
You said, yeah.
Smell some salts.
It is. It's a trip.
Yeah, that's wild.
The first time we did it, we opened the bag and you could smell
could
them,
smell
but
it
then
through
you
the
took the
bag.
top off of it and popped. It was like,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Like it was like.
Because what's the time frame? They'll probably dilute over.
I don't know. That was still pretty gnarly.
I mean, maybe. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I love the warning, don't get near your nose or your eyes on the thing. And then that's exactly what we do. It's just
don't smell this.
Yeah. It says to do it before extreme activity. So that's why the hockey guys are doing it.
Right before a sit down
you have
podcast is perfect.
Yeah.
Do you have a team that you follow?
Minnesota Wild, yeah.
Okay. How did that come about?
I had a roommate.
You're not from Minnesota.
No,
correct?
I'm from Houston. I had a roommate who was a big Minnesota Wild fan, so I would watch games with him and then slowly got into it.
Okay.
And that was probably 12 years ago now.
Nice.
Yeah. So it was just in San Jose actually last weekend we went to a game. for this past weekend. Yeah, it was fun.
Who went?
My wife and I went and saw Sharks play the Wild.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Yeah, San Jose Sharks. Know about them from being in California. Know obviously about the Ducks.
Yeah.
The Mighty Ducks.
Yes, that was one of my favorite movies growing up for sure. Were you a Ducks fan?
Oh, 100%.
Like the movie, I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
The movie was, every kid was like 90s. Kids are like late 80s, 90s. That was like the movie.
Yeah, Shout out Charlie. Charlie Conway. Banksy. Yeah.
Cake Eater.
Cake Eater. Yes. Goldberg. Yeah, those are great, man. How about, have you seen the pictures of him, Goldberg?
Radical
like
transformation.
Yeah, he became like a crackhead or something, but he's like lost like tons of weight.
Dang.
But he's like missing teeth and like he looks like his skin's like gray. Like he looks like, I don't know how old those guys are now.
He's got that Reading tan.
No, it's bad. I mean, yes, he looks like a couple people walking down the street here, but looks like he's like 75.
That's why I don't do drugs. It's for
one reason.
Yeah.
I don't want
the gray skin.
Yeah, the gray skin is tough.
Become a White Walker,
Oh my gosh, dude. So hockey, and originally from
Houston. Yeah, just outside of Houston. Yep. Spring, Texas, to be exact, is where I was born and raised.
And did you come to Reading straight from there, or did you move around?
Moved around, played some music with my brother and stuff after high school, and then traveled a bunch. But first big like move away from home was to Reading.
Okay, and you said that was in like 2012, I think.
It's in 2000, end of 2012 is summer of 2012, I moved up here.
Dude, no, I came for worship school in that summer, 2012.
Okay. Yeah.
Wild.
That's why I came, is to go to the church and do all that kind of stuff. And then I was here till 2015, 16, and then moved away and then came back in 21. So
okay.
And then I visited in between those years multiple times.
And what brought you back in 21? You just like to be back here?
Yeah, COVID was like, that was wild for everybody.
Yeah.
And all of my buddies, people I was like texting with every day and friends were still living here. So I was just kind of farting around in Houston. It's like, why not?
Yeah.
One of those things.
And how old are you?
I'm 35.
Okay, so we're the same like age. Did you graduate? What year did you graduate?
2008.
Okay, so I'm 09.
Okay.
So same time frame.
Right around.
Jay's 6, right? No, you're 2006, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're all
we
the
would
same.
all been in the same high school class.
Yeah.
At one point.
Wouldn't that have been wild?
Yeah. Jeremy and I went to different high schools, but when I was a freshman, he was a senior. So then you would have been a sophomore.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about.
High school. There was no iPhone?
Yeah.
Dude.
No,
How
dude, I
wild
had
was
a
that?
Razor.
Oh, yeah.
Razor was and the T9.
Dude.
You just drive in your car and you could just text without ever looking down and like send
Did
it.
you
I
ever
was
have
a
a
pro
sidekick?
at that.
My brother had a sidekick.
No, I never.
I was very envious.
A guy that I worked for gave me a sidekick. He's like, hey, you could have this, and it didn't work. But he gave it to me. He's like, oh, hey, bro, like I wanted you to have this, and then I couldn't activate it because it was broken.
I just remember the flipping of
Just like flipping the thing open and being like,
Yeah.
kind of looked like a Game Boy.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool phone. Never had that. I had like the Nokia
Yeah.
brick that everybody had. And then I want to say the first like real, then I had I had like all the different crappy, this one flips backwards and this one does this, it's like, and then they were trying to remember, cell phones like tried to get really, really small.
Yeah. I had one that was like tiny and it had a little mirror on the front of it. It was like a silver one.
Oh, yeah.
It
Sarah had
literally
that
was
one.
like, I think we got them together. It was like this big and it had just a little, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like some mirror
Yeah.
on the front of it. And it was so tiny. And then they went huge. The size of the phones have switched.
But they're getting smaller
Yeah.
again.
Now they're going back to
You got like the Galaxy Note that looks like a small Bible or a
Yeah,
small
yeah.
book,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
now they're getting small again.
iPhones are getting tiny again.
So you talked about hockey a little bit. Were you into sports as a kid?
No. So I played T-ball.
Music, games?
Played T-ball and then like got into baseball after that, and then the hat stopped fitting. No lie. So when you're like everybody on the team has one hat and you have the same hat as the coach, it's like this is not a good look. Like we're getting out of this.
Oh, so you were a big boy from the jump?
My head was big. Like my head has been this size since I was toddler, you know? So it's like I've always had a massive head. So then the hat didn't fit. And then
What size are you in? Like
I'm like an 8.5 fitted hat.
in the new era ones.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
an 8.5.
That big?
Dude, that's huge.
it's
I'm like 7.25, which I also have a pea head.
Yeah, I'm not 7. I don't know what size I am in those hats. I don't
Yeah,
wear
it's
those
like
hats.
8.5. If
8.5
you're
is
in
a-
the eights,
it's a big
eights
hat.
are
I'll just put it this way. You can't always find it.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
The
And
more
then
you
my
know.
dad was never like I don't know, some people have sports dads.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was not a
I didn't.
sports dad.
My dad either. Yeah.
So my dad played a lot of golf, which I got into.
That's cool.
You're a
young-
big golfer
yeah.
now, yeah.
Yeah, and I still am, but I played a lot when I was young.
You
and then,
play a lot here?
Yeah,
Where do you play here?
play it
On the
probably.
golf course.
Is there one? Only?
Yeah, there's
No,
two,
there's
4,
6,
6.
There's 6 courses in Reading?
probably maybe more. I might be.
Dang.
You have so Lake Reading.
You're counting like down at
Yeah,
the
there's like-
casino, right?
Well, no, there's like Tucker, Churn Creek, Palisadro, Lake Reading, Gold Hills, Tierra Oaks, Riverview. There's
Dang.
7. They're
I
not
had
all
no
great.
idea.
In fact,
We got to remember,
mean-
Reading is a retirement place
Yeah,
for a lot of people
true.
from the Bay and
Yeah.
coming down out of Oregon and
used to,
retirement home for a lot of meth heads too.
The one downtown, Lake Reading, used to be really fun. It's got new ownership now, and it's still fun, but it's not. It doesn't have like that cool.
Do any of these have like clubhouses and everything?
Yeah,
And,
yeah.
like,
The
they have
3
carts and stuff?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. All of them have carts,
Yeah.
and all of them have a clubhouse and stuff. And Riverview is like the country club.
Okay.
And then Tierra was a country club as well, but now it's public. And then Gold Hills has like membership, but it's mainly public.
Nice. How
Yeah.
often do you play?
Probably once a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my best friend Alan, he's back home. He's obsessed. Like
Yeah.
he plays like every day if he can.
I
got the
would. I would love to.
simulator in
It'd
his
be fun.
garage. Like he's just full into it.
He's addicted.
Yeah.
Sicko is what we call him. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, and it just happens so quick.
Prefer
like,
passionate.
when we get to like our age and stuff too.
Yeah.
Like he obviously never played or anything, and then I think we went. I'm pretty sure a bachelor party we went on, he had like never played, and like me and him just like sucked, and it was just about like drinking and having fun, and it's so fun in that sense. Like
Yeah.
I'm not a golfer, but I absolutely love going on like a bachelor party and just playing with the boys. Like
Totally.
it's so fun in that sense. So he was like in that boat, and then I don't know if he just like caught the bug on that trip and then just like got lessons, like just fully went into it, and now he's like obsessed and like actually like really good.
That's
That was
awesome.
probably a couple years ago.
Yeah.
But some people like when they just it's one of those things that just like takes over everything, I feel like. And you
Yeah,
just
and
like,
it's like-
play constantly.
Oh, totally. And it's got like a relatively low barrier to entry. I mean, clubs are a little expensive, but not crazy. And then it's really easy on your body,
Yeah.
and you can kind of do it. I think there's a lot of people that enjoy the like just going for a ride
Like how
and drinking
much are-
some beers.
Yeah. How
versus,
much are
the-
like the courses here? Like,
It's around like $50 to $100 to play.
okay.
So it gets a little pricey. Hopefully,
But that's, fairly standard.
Yeah,
Obviously
yeah.
not crazy
No.
compared to what they can be.
yeah. I mean, and like it's easy on, not to be that guy, but it's like easy on your body when you're older. and,
Yeah.
Not all of us can choke people out like Jeremy over here.
Can't choke anybody out.
I feel like that's like the two like trends now is like you're either like a jujitsu guy
Or a golfer.
or you're a golfer. Like those are the two popular like
Yeah.
mid 30s male adult activities.
God, that's so true. Dude.
Dang, dude, I didn't think of that.
Damn
That's
it,
that's
damn
a
it,
great
Evan.
point.
Now I
That's a
can't.
great
Now I
point.
can't do that anymore.
No, you totally can.
Yeah,
My
no,
brother's big
I
into
can't.
jujitsu. I feel like it's great for lots
Yeah,
of guys.
Jeremy tries to do the opposite of everybody else. So
Oh.
he's gonna take up scuba diving, I think. Now.
Yeah.
There you go.
Diving, grave digging.
Can no longer
Become
do
a mortician.
jujitsu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's pretty funny. But let's talk about American just a little bit
Yeah.
as we're kind of shooting the shit here. But yeah, so kind of tell us how you got involved with them and
Yeah, so it's a new like local light beer here in Reading. Started in Reading, born in Reading is kind of our like tagline that we're using.
Sick.
But yeah, it's just an easy drinking light beer. Made for all is kind of our other tagline that we're putting on there. And some buddies, friends of mine, started it up, and I was actually working for a financial firm before that. Similar to kind of
that's how we met.
That's how Jeremy and I met, is through that. He was giving me some great advice as I was falling out of love with my very quick flirtatious
It's so funny
relationship
because
with
now we have
finance.
2 people on the podcast that I talked out of a career in finance.
Nice.
So that's awesome.
But
So basically, I'm the idiot.
yeah,
Give great advice, but don't take it, because here I am still doing it.
yeah, you can't take your own medicine, you know?
No.
It's but yeah, so I was doing that, and then some of the people, founders and the people who kind of started this up approached me about working for them. And I've always been a people person. I've always been more interested in talking at the water cooler than sitting behind my desk. So
For sure.
it was a perfect kind of fit for me and a nice little change. So hopped in kind of right before I got married, which was wild. And it's career change, a month before you get married. And then we did that, and now it's been just taken off, and it's been really, really fun.
Nice.
So,
What would you compare it to? Is there like a
yeah, I would say it drinks like a Coors like banquet. And then obviously it's a light, so it's like a little bit more full flavored than like a Coors Light or a Michelob or a Bud Light.
Okay.
Really crisp, really clean.
everyday drinker?
Yeah, it's a lager.
Yeah.
And that premium kind of lager import.
And you only have one?
Yeah, and we're just gonna have one.
Oh, nice. That's actually pretty sick to just have it be.
Yeah,
that.
it's actually like, I mean, making a light beer that's consistent is like, my hat's off to like Bud Light, Coors Light, those people, because it's really tricky to make something that's super clean and repeatable.
Okay.
A lot of the craft world is like, oh, I messed up, or I added this, or you can have a high ABV to kind of mask certain things in the beer. But
And where can people get it?
anywhere locally, Holiday Market is a big one. Safeway, or not Safeway, Save Mart is a big one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sick.
Gold Street?
Gold Street Liquor is just right around the
have
corner.
them.
They have it. And then a lot of places on tap locally, Post Office, Pipeline.
And does it come in just the 12 pack?
We
Or
do
how
a 12
it?
and a 6.
Okay. 12
Yeah. And then obviously draft as well.
nice.
Yeah.
Any aspirations to go with the 30 rack?
I don't know, but a 30 rack is definitely on the talks, and we're thinking about doing a tall can,
Sick.
which would be fun.
I'm a fan of the tall can.
Yeah. Tall can's a good.
The only problem with the tall can is just that,
Temperature.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I usually do when I get a tall boy is pour half of it in a glass, put the other half back in like the freezer, and pour it in, because I'm a big
Want it cold.
proponent in cold.
Yeah.
Like all my drinks, anything that's supposed to be cold, I want like as cold as possible. Anything that's hot, I like it hot.
Except you
So-
won't drink water out of my refrigerator. You have to
Water
let that
is
sit.
maybe a little different. Water, I'll do room temperature. But yes, if a beer, like if I know I'm having beers, I throw them in the freezer for 20 minutes before I have
You like them crispy.
Yeah.
Cold and crispy.
Yeah. So that can make an issue with the tall, but talking
drinking it fast
hockey
enough.
games and stuff, going to a hockey game with the tall boy, classic. Baseball game.
Never done
You
it.
you just chug those bad boys. You know,
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah.
it's
I
gonna
mean,
be a
it's-
little warm maybe, but
Yeah, and that's part of the
it's all
fun is
good,
you drink
yeah.
it a little faster.
Yeah.
It gets a little warmer trying to.
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool for me because I'm
The can is sick.
it's
Yeah.
everything about the branding and it's all great. It's cool for me to have a beer that's in Reading, from Reading, just because it's like, oh, this is our beer.
Yeah, totally.
It's cool. And I'm new to the beer drinking thing. I've only been doing it a couple of years, so
And there's like lots of good people in Reading that are making. Reading has a surprisingly good beer scene.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of, off camera, we were talking about the lack of food scene.
Yes.
But the beer scene's great. And there's a lot of people, Fall River, that are doing great stuff. So, but nobody doing a light beer.
Yeah.
And nobody really,
that's true, right? Yeah, Fall River doesn't
I
have
mean,
a light beer.
nobody in California really. 805, maybe light beer.
Yeah.
Not really.
Yeah, I used to drink those quite a bit, and then I just kind of got over them.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's something, I don't know. can't describe it, but I used to drink them more than I do now. Now I won't go near the 805. It's like, I think I've mentioned it before, but like Shock Top, Blue Moon, those ones, I'm just like, they gross me out.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what it is. I feel like that's maybe something that you drink like when I was, in my
22.
early 20s, and now
Yeah.
it just brings back bad memories. And I
haven't
won't
had a
do it.
Shock Top and I couldn't tell you how long.
Oh, dude, I got a great story about a Shock Top. I was with my buddy. He lived like down the street from me. I was probably 22, still living at my parents' house.
12.
He was Cuban, and his dad had these Cuban cigars, like straight from Cuba, like the big boys that take like 2 hours to smoke. So we're just sitting in the backyard smoking those. Had probably like 2 Shock Tops, like just mellow. I don't know if I had ever even smoking a cigar at that point. If I had, definitely not like a good one.
Yeah.
So I'm probably about an hour in, and he looks over at me and he just goes, "Are you inhaling that?" And I'm like, "Yeah, are you not supposed to?" And he's like, "No, like stop doing that." I'm like, "Okay." And I don't know if it was him telling me that or what, but it was almost like instantly I just got like flush and nauseous, and I was just like,
Ugh.
okay, well, like, yeah, I got to get going. And like, I ended up just cruising home. I sprint into my house, into the bathroom, and just puke everywhere. And it was Shock Top that I was throwing up.
Oh.
And so I'm like, never again.
No.
I haven't drinking a Shock Top since then. But yeah,
Cigars will get you, man.
don't inhale a cigar.
No, don't
Not the
inhale.
move.
No.
I can't do the cigars. I tried. Mike Cruz is a big cigar guy,
Yeah.
and before he moved, we did cigars at my house on 4th of July.
Yeah, I didn't partake.
And I was miserable the whole rest of that day.
Yeah.
It could have been that it was 120 and we were just having beers and drinking cigars, but
Drinking cigars and having beers.
Drinking beers. Yeah.
Smoking beers.
Smoking beers.
Yeah, I feel like we
Smoking beers.
talked like
Yeah.
golf and jujitsu. It's like the other thing is like cigars and bourbon.
That
like
I will not.
people get into like
Yeah, we're a couple badasses over here.
yeah. People get into cigars and bourbon. It's like
No.
I feel like it was like wine and craft beer for a while, and now it's like
Well,
transitioned
speaking of
to-
beer, we were or local beer. It's called Num Num Juice. Is that one?
That's
Yeah.
Fall River.
Beer? That's Fall River.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that I really like that one.
Yeah.
I never had that obviously till
Big
we moved
hazy,
here.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's how I got Jeremy to start drinking beer. We went to a pizza place and I ordered a
That
hazy.
bastard.
He saw it and he smelled it. He was like,
It's like, what's that orange juice you're drinking?
yeah, literally.
Well, it smelled like grapefruits.
Yeah.
Grapefruit's my favorite.
And he's like, what? And he's like takes a sip. Guy literally never drank beer before this. And he's like, I'm going to go order one. I was like, hell yeah. He ordered
all
one
downhill
and
from
then
there.
it was on. But yeah, hazies that's
That's your
definitely
cup
my
of tea?
go-to. Yeah.
Okay.
So those are, that one in particular, I really like that one. And then he's gotten me into
Hex.
Hex.
Yeah.
I like that one too. That's
Hex
a
is
good one.
awesome.
Yeah.
You know why it's called Hex? The Hexagenia mayfly. You know what
For
that
fly
is?
fishing.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's got the little fly on the
okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. It's like it's like the river and stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
yeah, on the can.
I
Yeah, so
never
those
knew
are
that
good.
until one of the guys I work with told me that. So
Jeez.
yeah, now
Wow.
a
We
little
just
factoid
drop
to just
knowledge
share with
on
Dropping
everyone.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't do a hazy, but we do a classic white beer.
Well,
you
yeah,
know?
I mean, you
it's
can
like
never
Dude.
go wrong with that.
No.
Oh, it's good.
it's good
Especially
for
speaking golfing.
Oh, yeah.
Throw a pack of that on the back of the cart.
perfect golf beer, lawn mowing beer. Like you can have 6 and you're great. You know, you're happy.
Nice.
Listening to Creed in the garage beer.
Oh, 100%.
Yes. But speaking of, and then we were talking about food too, like you were saying, how we don't have the greatest food scene, but you're a big food guy.
Love food. Well, as you can tell, yeah.
It's not-
body built by food.
Not what I meant. We're all foodies over here.
No,
Love
yeah,
it.
food. I love food. I think I love cooking.
Different types of food.
Yeah.
Oh, you like cooking too?
Yeah, I love all that. Reading.
Yeah, I love all the pictures you post about the stuff you make for your wife.
Oh yeah,
I'm like,
Kira's
bro,
Kira's
I'm
food.
coming over.
Yeah.
gotta
It's,
follow.
dude, it's legit. It's gourmet. You just post a picture of the dinner he makes for
Is
his
there a
wife.
particular dish that your go-to or you're known for or something that she likes the
No.
most?
salmon and broccoli?
No, not really. I like Asian food a lot. I like cooking a lot of Asian
Dude,
food.
that's what we were saying. There's not a lot of Asian food here.
No.
So because of that, we've been like making it more. Like
Yeah.
we do before we moved here, or actually when we moved here, we bought the it's like the pot that you boil to do
Shabu shabu.
shabu. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh sweet. Like
So
a hot
Brandon
pot.
Yeah,
shabu?
the hot pot to do shabu shabu. So we're like big into that. We
That's
love
amazing.
doing that. So that's like our date night now. Like we'll put the kids down and do that, and just throw like a bunch of garlic, mushrooms, bok choy, like all into and then you get and they actually have it at Costco, like the sliced like shabu meat. So you do that, and then we'll get like some like dumplings or something from Trader Joe's and do those with it.
Oh, yeah.
All the different sauces. It's fantastic.
That's amazing.
Yeah, that's a great date
Hungry.
night.
Yeah, Reading, you got to kind of make. I mean,
This place across the street's not bad. Taroko.
oh yeah, that's pretty decent.
Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah,
feel
I've
like
been
you.
there.
Mid.
Yeah, mid as the kids would say, very
Yeah.
mid.
God.
No, we love Chirocco. I don't know. It's like there's not a whole lot of options in Reading. There's some gyms. There's some like really great spots.
Yeah.
And then
Griffs. No, Gifts.
Gifts,
Gifts.
yeah.
You took me to Gifts.
we went
Steak
to Gifts.
Burger.
That's a fun
We
little
gotta go there. It's
hole in
great.
the wall
I've never heard of
spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Burger. I love Dan Burger. I think that's my
burgers.
favorite burger in Reading.
I
probably.
love Giant Burger too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martell's.
The two of them, yes.
Yeah.
Both of them are great. Problem is like I feel like I
Dudes,
just
have you been to
never-
Dudes?
Uh-uh.
Dudes Drive-In on Hartnell.
Yeah.
That's a fun. Reading has a lot of those like old school
Yeah.
mom and pop drive-in kind of places, and they're not like gourmet,
Yeah.
but they're funny. Great
Yeah.
experience. You know,
Okay.
Dudes is fun. Gifts is fun. Dan Burger is fun. I love Burrito Bandito, even though it's not.
You do.
It's like
What is
it's
that
like
place?
more like white people than I feel like Chipotle is, and it's just it's burritos and burrito bowls, but it's awesome.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good.
I'm
They do
a little
refried
bit
beans.
disappointed.
They do refried beans, which I think is great.
Dude, that's
and their
my
and their chicken is way better than Chipotle.
When I was at
refried beans is the move, dude.
Oh,
That's
100%.
my favorite.
when I was at the firm I was at before I went independent, there was a Burrito Bandito right next door, and I went there twice, and both times I was
It's
just
like a
a
Chipotle.
water fountain from the wrong
Like
end.
you,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's
make
kind
your
of
own,
you
like-
make your own burrito, your bowl, or tacos, or quesadilla, or whatever.
Dude, there's a place. One of my buddies
like
went to
Not a fan.
UCSB, Santa
Okay.
Barbara, and there's a place there called Freebirds. And I've always said this. It's like one of those like late night spots that all the drunk college kids go to like eat late.
Yeah,
And I always said this, and I've never understood why Chipotle doesn't do that. They have it's like the same like setup as Chipotle. It's better. It's like fresher, like a little bit more ingredients, but they do nachos.
Yeah, bro. They
The
tested.
fact that Chipotle
Yeah.
has never done that, dude, you just go through, you get like these hot, greasy chips right out of like the fryer, and then you just put all your toppings on them. So good.
I've been to a Freebirds before. I don't know if I've had. I don't think I've had nachos from Freebirds, but they do like you can get like a different type of tortilla. Right? You
Yeah,
can get
you-
like a spinach tortilla or
Maybe I can't remember.
green one.
But yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
they have
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like different like onions and cilantro,
Oh, yeah.
different salsas. Like it's just a little
Zhuzh it up a little
yeah,
bit.
a little better.
zhuzh.
Dude,
but-
speaking of
But the nachos
weird
are
colored things with the green tortillas, did you guys see that Red 4 got banned today by the FDA?
Oh, let's go.
yeah.
Is that the stuff?
That's what colors literally everything red. Red Gatorade, red
Yeah.
Mountain Dew,
Yeah.
Makes the
red
kids
candy,
crazy.
licorice.
Is that the one that makes people go like?
Yeah, they said it's like a lot to do with like cancer and stuff.
Yeah.
is what
Yeah.
the FDA said, but yeah, it's like what people
But-
have said with like kids with like ADHD.
But what I was thinking we
and
should do
just
is we
all
should
that
go
type
make a
of stuff.
run on all the gas stations and buy all the red Gatorade.
Oh, and then just resell it.
Yeah, dude.
Sell
Facebook
it for double.
Marketplace.
in whenever
Hot
it goes into effect,
Cheetos.
who knows?
Oh,
Hot,
yeah.
red hot, yep, flaming hot Cheetos, Doritos, anything with any sort of orange or red tint has Red 4 in it.
Yeah, there was a list of
Sun-dried
stuff.
tomato tortillas.
Wow.
I don't ever eat those, but
You just said green
oh
tortillas.
yeah,
so-
green. Well, I'm a sucker for a green. Speaking of SoCal, there's a place. Was it Board and Brew?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice,
I love
man.
that place.
That place is very good.
I wish Reading had something like that, where it was like nice, fresh sandwich, fresh wrap.
Yeah.
Reading,
beer.
if you want a sandwich, you go to the grocery store, which is very weird.
To
Yep.
do the, is it
Yeah,
a holiday,
like
you're saying?
all the grocery stores do their
Holidays,
own
Rayleigh's,
Sprouts.
Sprouts. Yeah.
I don't know. That's not a Houston thing.
Orchard does sandwiches
Orchard,
too.
yeah.
Oh, they do. That's right.
It's in the back.
Yeah.
I would never go to the grocery store for food in Houston or Texas. It'd just be weird.
Yeah.
But it's like a thing here.
Have you been to the Mexican place in the gas station?
Oh,
Delicioso.
That place is bomb.
OG, yeah.
That place is good. See, that's like what I'm saying. That type of Mexican food we have here. I'm looking for
I used to call it the Shasti Nasty, the Shasta Jumbo Burrito, because it's so good, but it'll hurt you.
The Shasta Jumbo Burrito.
You ever had it?
It's like a Cali.
It's like a California burrito,
That's
but just
my
like
go-to.
massive.
I go Cali burrito every time, and I always get, if they don't have it, I like to add refried beans. That's why I was glad that you said.
But he's looking for the dining experience because he comes from a family that likes to do the chips and salsa.
Oh,
and make the poor little guy that's running around serving all the people, washing dishes, bring them 17 trays of chips before they
Over and
order.
over and over and over and
Yes.
over. Yeah,
And
yeah.
if you have queso, it's even better.
over.
Maybe a
Yeah.
bean dip.
Oh,
Right.
dude.
All
He's
the
looking for
stuff.
the chips and salsa experience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
dude.
Texas,
It's my
that's all we
favorite thing.
have. I never went to like,
Yeah.
I grew up
Yeah.
in a very like middle class part of town, but like we never had the greasy taco truck.
Yeah.
It was all like, and Tex-Mex is a different kind of vibe, but it's much more sit down.
What's that one called? You guys, is it Torchy's?
Torchy's
Is that-
Tacos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that
I
by
would-
you?
Yeah. That was like, I started in Austin, I
Okay.
think. They have them now. I love Torchy's. It's
Yeah.
great, but it's like still, it's like tacos, but I wouldn't quite call it Tex-Mex. Maybe Tex-Mex tacos, but like,
That's the one. I feel like they're known for like their queso.
yeah.
And then I think they might
do you
do
know
like
this?
fried chicken in their taco.
How
Yeah,
do you
dude,
know
the
this?
trashy taco.
Instagram, dude.
The
Yeah.
trailer park is
Yeah.
what it's called. And
The
it's like
trailer.
a fried chicken tender with like
How
queso
good
on a
does that
taco.
sound, dude?
It's fire.
That sounds so good.
Yeah. Here's
yeah.
my big beef. Nobody in California does flour tortillas for their tacos.
I agree. When
I'm like, who like
yeah.
corn, that's great, but it's like you're not making the corn tortilla.
yeah, when we
You're
do
buying it.
tacos together and stuff, like if we'll make food and have them, like we'll do like a Sunday dinner, I'm always about having the flour tortillas there. And then I end up just making like burritos, usually is what it goes. But
the little flour tortillas, yeah.
for tacos just reminds me of like Taco Bell growing up. I would always get the soft tacos and they come on the little flour tortilla, load those bad boys up with some fire sauce and you're good to go.
Spicy.
Oh yeah.
He's a big spice guy.
Are you
yeah?
not into spice?
No, I love it. Yeah. I'm not one of those people that's like seeking out
Yeah.
spicy things, but I definitely enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my family is, Sarah is Queen Spice. She'll put all of the hot sauce on her food. So
I like more like the Asian spice, like the Szechuan, like
I
the
was just about to
tingly,
say, if you like, yeah.
and then like goes away. I don't really like the lingering, like
Lingering burn.
death. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
you
the obviously I call it sriracha.
Yeah.
That's not how you say it.
How do you say it?
Sriracha.
Well, yeah, it's like SR.
SR. And so we were watching
It's
a food
called
show last
sriracha,
week.
Okay.
No,
Sriracha.
yes, but I fasted last week and I was watching food shows with the kids because that's the only
This
way
guy,
that I can
fasting
survive.
guy over here.
Only way I can survive when I'm fasting. But anyway, we're watching it and we're watching Man versus Food, and the guy says Sriracha, and I was like, "The hell, like Sriracha?" I was like, "River, go get the
Sri
bottle of
Lanka.
sriracha out of the."
You didn't know that?
No, go get the bottle of sriracha out of the pantry. I want to look at. He brings it over to me. It's SRI.
Yeah, dude. Whenever I text it out, like
It autocorrects it. You have to change it.
realized like
Yeah.
the first time I spelt it that it was spelt that way, and I was like, "What the heck?" But it's,
It's
like one of those things. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it that.
Oh,
It's just
totally.
one of those things. You're like, how did I never know that that's what it
What
was,
it is?
What it is.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, well, I'm just a dumb white guy apparently.
What do they call that? The Mandela? Is that the Mandela effect when you remember something differently than it actually
Oh
is?
yeah.
That's my whole life.
Yeah, and I wouldn't even classify sriracha as being very spicy. It's
don't think
more
it is?
like no.
No, that's good. Have you ever had the what's it called, the chili onion crunch or whatever from Trader Joe's? It's like
Oh yeah, that stuff's good.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
throw that in with our different soups and stuff, Asian style soups. So that's bomb. Have that sprinkled over either like pot stickers or
Oh yeah,
dumplings
chili
or something.
crunch.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so good.
What I'm hearing is that we're having Asian for lunch. That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
We're gonna get the interns on that. Get on it, guys.
Jamie.
But
It's
Yeah,
an
that's
empty
fine.
room. By
But
the
yeah,
way.
you were saying what do you like to cook though? Other than like what will you cook if you're doing Asian food?
if I'm doing Asian, I love making dumplings. So I usually will make like a bunch of dumplings at a time and then keep them in the freezer.
Nice.
You'll
My
hand
wife-
make dumplings.
My
Yeah.
wife was just talking about how she wants to do that.
Yeah, like
Like how many will you do? Like 100?
I'll make like probably 100 or
Yeah.
150, or I'll have like my favorite thing to do is like have like a dumpling party and then just invite a bunch of people over and be like, hey, we're gonna make a bunch of dumplings
Dude,
and you can take some home.
let's do that.
I'm gonna keep all of them. You're like, you can take some home. I'm gonna keep a majority of them, and
You're
then
gonna
like
make
I'll
them, and
buy
I'm gonna
like
keep them in my
well, I
freezer.
usually like open up a couple of bottles of wine or like give people
Yeah.
drinks or whatever, and be like, hey, like just it's a good way to like chat and hang out and
That's
connect.
epic.
If you're into
That's
that
why
kind
I
of
love
thing.
food.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
that's what it's all about. To me, there's nothing
100%.
better than that.
No,
Having a good drink, a good cocktail, beer, whatever, food, chats.
If
like
I was-
hang,
if I was,
it's
like,
all- that's the best.
stupid wealthy. That's definitely what I would spend
Just dinner
majority
parties?
of my life. Well, just like just
Yeah.
dinner parties and then going out and eating food is like I'm with you. It's like I don't know. It's one of the few things that everybody has to do.
Yeah.
Why not enjoy it?
But I don't know. But I feel like you and Kira definitely have a gift for it because you guys had us over for your Christmas party
Oh yeah.
and you had like a pre-made card with all the different drink options and your sink was full of pre-made cocktails in little bottles and special glasses for
Dang.
each cocktail with the what's it called, like you had like rosemary sprigs for one and then
yeah,
what
yeah.
is that called?
Like
Accoutrement?
Yeah, that word.
like a
But like
garnish.
super,
Yeah,
super
garnish.
intentional, and,
Yeah.
and I think some people when they have parties, it's like, hey, we made some mac and cheese and there's some hot dogs there, like
No.
let's hang out. But and
Yeah,
I think
That was just your childhood.
there was no mac and cheese or hot dogs.
It was tuna melt.
Yeah, no, it was powdered potato and cheese soup from Costco.
Oh yum.
Ugh,
Yum.
lovely.
Yeah, I mean we definitely enjoy I think we enjoy hosting people.
Yeah,
That's
And that's
epic.
kind of a weird thing because I feel like a lot of people say that. But I don't know. I enjoy
I feel like
experience.
some people say. My point was, people say they like to do it,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they don't do it. Like you and Sip also do it
Yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
You know, I think Sip
Sip.
more so than you.
Yeah.
But-
well, the Kira was definitely Kira's
appreciate
definitely
that.
the one
No.
who's like
But like I said, like I've said this before, the Thanksgiving was fantastic, and it was because you guys were very intentional with the setup.
Yeah.
Taking the time to write somebody's name on a piece of paper and put it
Yeah.
on a plate, like,
Oh,
hey,
totally.
this is where you're sitting.
It was
tells
on,
me
it was on a rock.
even painted,
We collected
hand painted,
rocks
yeah,
from the
Let's
yard
go.
and then wrote the name
yeah.
on it.
And I think if there was anything I was going to challenge myself to do this year, would be to be better about that when we're having, and not like Sunday dinners when we have
Yeah.
everybody over, because that's just usually absolute
Yeah.
effing chaos. But hey, we're doing a special thing. Take the time to, hey, we pre-made margaritas, put them in this glass. Here's the salt. Here's the lime. Whatever.
Yeah.
But I just think that's it helps. At least I'm like, wow, I feel really like honored to be
Yeah.
part of this.
Well, it's just
And-
like so intentional that
Totally.
like it's
and
epic.
maybe parties are like this. I don't know. Sarah and I are just now entering a season of life where we can go to things like a
Yeah.
Christmas party. You know,
I think for Kira and I, it's been like a vocal conversation that we've had with each other, and it's like,
yeah,
we just like, I don't know, like you could have a cocktail every single night if you wanted to, and you
Yeah.
could have people over every single night, but it like then things start to get repetitive and dumbed
sure.
down, and like then the
making it an event.
yeah, if
making
you,
it
but
a
if you
thing
like,
is
if you
awesome.
like separate it and you're like, hey, let's do it once or twice and let's make an event and let's do it. And then it's like, also like, why not do that? Like, sure, I can invite you guys over and be like,
Yeah.
hey, whatever you want. And there, like, there's a time and place for that,
Yeah,
I
for
think as
sure.
well. But like, I don't know. I also enjoy that kind of stuff. Like I
Yeah.
enjoy plates and I enjoy silverware and like random stuff. Like I enjoy cups. Like, I don't know. Like I would rather you sip out of a cool cup and be like, that's like, I would
you don't
rather
want to just like drink out of the
put
hose.
my time into that than like some people enjoy like cold plunges and I don't know, going for runs or whatever. It's like, that's the kind of stuff where I'm just like, I'll do that if I need to do it.
Yeah, no, I
I'll
get
spend
that.
some time on the cup
But
for your
you're into the
margarita.
cup.
Yeah, I
You're
like
into
your,
the
yeah,
cup.
I would go
Do
that
you
way.
go like thrifting and stuff to find cool stuff?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife and I probably, some people would say maybe borderline a problem on the
Really?
amount of thrifting and like stuff that we do. But
That's
just
where you
don't
can
make-
find cool stuff like that, though.
Yeah,
We
they
have
just don't
these-
make- they
we
don't
have a
make
couple
cool stuff
sick
anymore.
glasses that we
Yeah.
got thrifting. A couple like good cocktail glasses, like little ones that we use for whiskey, and then the like I don't know what they're considered. You know, the like stem one with the green. I don't know if it's not a wine glass. It's maybe considered for like
Stemware? No, I don't know.
stemware.
Stemware, isn't that a thing?
yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
definitely.
Yeah, but it's
That's
like
like
that
glasses,
green one.
right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
glasses,
But
yeah.
what is that kind for? Is that like a champagne one?
Like,
you know,
yeah, it
it's
would
like
be
that little
like-
like round.
Yeah, champagne, wine, it would all be
Yeah.
for the considered the same.
Yeah,
Similar.
but we got some sweet ones from. That's where you can find.
But I would say you guys are that way in like different ways. Like you have a very, like your aesthetic as a family is very like intentional.
We're not in our nice things era.
No, but even when you're not in your nice things, there, like I don't know, your kids could just be wearing like basic things,
Well,
and I feel like you're very intentional about like how you dress your kids and how you guys.
Fashion
Yeah.
and clothing is definitely something that Sarah is like very
Yeah.
much into, and
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
kids then dress cool and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's.
Different strokes for different folks,
Yeah.
you know.
No, I
I was
think
gonna
it's
say though,
interesting.
remember that time that you literally had no silverware in your house, and I ended up ordering you some from like Amazon
Oh,
that
yeah.
came the next day because you had like replaced it, and the kids were like burying it in the yard or something. Like legitimately, they had like one fork,
Yeah.
and
There's I always see things in my
I'm like-
feed about
they're like,
I don't
the
know who
kids
needs
take
to
it
hear this, but
outside.
your kids are 100% throwing your
away your
silverware
forks, yeah.
away.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
they literally didn't have it, and it was like they had just replaced it because it had happened. And I remember we were up visiting, and I was like,
Yeah.
let me just see if I can like get it like here like the next day or something. And I ordered it on Amazon because I was like, this is insane.
Yep.
The fact that he's like, well, I think they like go outside to eat, and then they like end up playing with it, and like I don't know what they do with it, but we
throw 'em over the
literally
fence or
don't
something.
have silverware.
oh yeah. I mean, I remember as a kid, like
gosh.
definitely throwing away a couple spoons, throwing
I
away
didn't have
random
spoons.
stuff.
Yeah.
No spoons in your childhood. Not a spoon.
Yeah, Jeremy, we've established Jeremy lived in a box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
Boxcar
It only had
child.
3 sides, so it wasn't a box.
Lean to
Me
maybe.
too, yeah.
Yeah, like a container area.
Prison tent.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny.
No, but yeah, I don't know. There's some cool stuff in Reading. It's interesting.
I'm excited that Pipeline is here. I feel like Pipeline is a great rotation from
Yeah.
date night at Mosaic. Always you could do Pipeline, which is cool.
Yeah.
Their food has been great every time we've been. But we need another restaurant.
Yeah.
Because we're doing the beer and wine thing well, I feel like.
Yeah.
You know, we have West Side, we've got Poor
yeah,
Boys.
West Side is cool. I
Fall
like
River,
that.
we've got
Yeah.
you can go to the brewery and get beers. You can go to the tap house over
Yeah.
on Cypress, which is cool. But the food part of it's not
Yeah.
there.
And it's hard too. I think majority of people in Reading are like really happy with like beige and yellow colored foods only. You know, like they want like chicken,
Yeah,
fried things,
yeah,
and
some mashed potatoes.
mashed potatoes and bread. Like everything can be in the same color palette.
Yeah.
And it's like, or you put something there and they're like, well, I don't know what this is. And you're like, like going to like, you know, I don't know. A macaroni grill would be like an exotic
There you go.
eating experience. And you're
There
like,
you go.
this is just basic stuff. So part of it, I think, is the culture.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something that we had talked about prior to moving here a little bit, but until we actually moved here, we just didn't realize the lack of, I guess what would be the word? Not, I wanted to say like versatility, but
Yeah.
Variety?
Variety.
I guess, yeah, just like that you don't have all the different like cultures that I was used to having in Orange County,
Totally.
Costa Mesa in particular. Like we were saying, Asian food.
Have you been to
and
the
stuff.
Sky Room?
No, I
You
don't
should
know
go to
what
the
that is.
Sky Room.
What's
It's
that?
a Chinese restaurant at the airport
Oh,
on the
yeah.
second floor of the airport.
Yep.
What the heck? There's a second floor there?
Yeah. You should go.
Why is
It's
that?
great.
No,
it's fun.
it's
It's, like,
actually is
it's
good.
pretty decent. Like, it's not like blow your socks off
Yeah.
Chinese food, but it's a place where you like go and sit down. They have
It's a
like
cool
the
vibe. You can watch the
yeah,
one plane
watch the
take
one.
off.
Yeah, they have like
per day.
They have like
You
the
can
lazy
just like go
stu-
park
the-
and just
yeah.
go up there.
Yeah,
Dang.
they
what the
pour
heck?
very heavy drinks if you're into that, and they have like the lazy Susan and everything. Like
Dude,
you
see,
can sit
this is
down
that info that I needed.
family style, like get some tea. It's some of the dishes are really really great. And some of them are like a little bit to be desired, but like
Yeah.
dumplings were good. I mean,
They got orange chicken.
yeah, they got it all. They have like they have one called like special chicken, I think they call it, and it's like a mix between like
General
General
Tso.
Tso's and like orange chicken, like kind
Nice.
of a. It's not
Chow
super.
mein,
Yeah,
fried
they've-
rice. You
all
got
that.
all
Yeah,
love
green beans, like
Chinese
the whole
food.
Yeah.
the whole shebang, and it's fun. It's like
Yeah.
it's a different experience.
Yeah.
and it's on top of an airport, which is wild.
Jeremy loves
and it's
Chinese
packed.
food.
It's packed.
Really?
Packed.
You can get food to go,
Yeah.
but it's kind of far.
Yeah.
Like
no.
out of the
Yeah,
way.
it's like
Go
out of the
in
way
there,
to
dude.
take it home unless you
Yeah.
live on that side of town. But if you go, it's like it's the only place in Reading, well, besides Pipeline probably now, where you would go like on a Thursday night and there'd be 30-minute wait.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Nightlife.
Nightlife. There
Big
we go.
Class A.
Skyroom.
The Skyroom. There we go.
It's
Yeah.
called Skyrim. I thought it was called like Pete's Kitchen or something.
Well, I think it's like Choose Skyroom or
Choose
something.
Skyroom.
Pete's.
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
You know,
choose
Asian
two,
Pete.
choose two right here in the old by the old school.
I think that's the second one.
that's the choose.
the first one was
two.
the Skyroom. Yeah.
Yeah, choose
Oh, okay.
Choose Two's good.
two. Choose two. Yeah.
Is that the one though? Somebody just mentioned it that there's like new ownership or something, so it's like not as good.
I don't know. I haven't.
you
I
been
don't
there
really
recently?
order from there. If I order Chinese, I go for New China.
Yeah, New China's where it's at on Lake. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Is that the one we got when we? The
No, no,
one
no,
time me and
Eureka.
you got Chinese food.
Eureka.
It's right over here by Grocery Outlet.
Oh, I'm thinking. Okay, yeah, I'm thinking of. Yeah, that's the one I used to get when we lived in Sunset Terrace.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, Jeremy's in a predicament because Sarah does not like Chinese food.
She likes Asian food. She likes Thai.
Yeah, but not just.
just not Chinese. Yes.
This wasn't a race thing. I was just throwing
She
out
doesn't
this,
like the orange chicken and
No.
lau mein and
and Jeremy and I both love it, and so
it's the best.
we've like gotten it before. But he's like, dude, I can never like get this with Sarah. She like does not want to eat this. I
There was
can't-
this place we used to go to in Huntington Beach called Lucky's.
Lucky 7, I think, right? Or is it
No,
just
it's
Lucky's?
just called Lucky's.
Yeah,
And
that place
I'm
is
telling
insane.
when obviously Chinese places where you'd roll
They-
up
where
and get
they
like a
load it
3 item
up.
combo, they load it up. Lucky's loads it up.
Yeah.
We're talking
Like
the
where you
little
can't,
white
like,
styrofoam
close the-
thing doesn't
yeah.
close. There's chow mein falling out both sides, and it's like $4.
Love it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
well, this is where every cat in Huntington Beach went to die, but tastes great.
yeah, it's delicious.
Tastes
That place is
Yeah, we don't really
all-time.
have places like that here. We just don't have there's just not a lot of Asian people. Like
Yeah,
Which is weird with how close we are to the Bay and how many people move up here from the Bay. It's just none of the people we want. From the Bay.
yeah.
You know, it's all the assholes in Cybertrucks. We
There's
need,
if you go over here, Eureka Way, Penong's Boba House,
okay,
they do good. It's fusion, but it's fire.
okay.
He used to have a place called the Sap House, which was on Placer. And the Sap House was like greasy, but it was awesome. And it was
Nice.
I think they're from Laos, the ocean. I think. I could be wrong.
Okay.
But he does like an Asian inspired like smash burger and fries, and he does like a burrito, and it's fun. Chicken wings.
Yeah.
And it's like a little they have like a boba tea place, and then they have a little food truck outside, and it's fire.
Dang.
that's where the Anthony's used to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Penongs. It's good.
Penongs. All right, I
know,
got
that's
a good
I got
spot.
lot
It was just
of
boba and tea.
recommendations
No,
here.
no, you got to go. Like, I think he only does like afternoon, like they're kind of capturing like the school after school market,
Right.
but very good.
Okay.
Would recommend.
Nice. Anything else that we want to get into other than food?
No,
Did you
I,
have anything else on the
don't.
docket?
I didn't. I think this has been lovely.
Yeah.
This has been great.
I know we've been chatting it up here for a good amount of time, and it's exactly what we wanted to do: shed a little light on a writing
Yeah.
company, bring on a guest, have somebody. Jay was saying when we were thinking of people to bring on that you would fit right in because you're just hanging with the boys. Like the point of the podcast was just to hang.
Yeah.
We had a buddy text us that like was saying it felt like he was just sitting at a campfire with us and didn't have to drive
Chilling.
up from Orange County to do it. And we were like, dude, that's the vibe we're going for. Just have
heck
fun,
yeah.
be loose, not necessarily an agenda, but when we have people, like we want to get Eric on and stuff to talk about Feast and, bringing on American, shed a little
heck
light
yeah.
on
Buy
local
some beer.
companies. Yeah. Buy some beer, go to the
Drink some beer.
local tap houses anywhere in town to get them. And yeah, dude, we good?
Good.
Great.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Thanks
Well,
for coming
thanks
on,
for
dude.
coming
Hey, thanks for having me. I
Obviously
appreciate it. It's
hanging
been
out,
fun.
and we'll catch you guys next week.
All right. Thanks again. Later.